Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another little life update for you. I'm just going to apologise now if this life update is a bit all over the place, or any of my life dates or life updates, there we go, I'm doing it already, are all over the place. It's just kind of a brain dump. I don't mean to be brain dumping on you, but I kind of feel that way. And again, if you can hear any funny noises or any pitter patter, my dog has managed to slink her way into my room once more. So I'm going to address the elephant in the room, which is my eyes. Yeah, I'm not wearing glasses right now because I don't need to wear them, and that's not for a good reason. I don't need to wear them because I can see again, everything's peachy. No, believe me, if I could see again I would have told you a lot sooner. My eyesight is still poo. The reason I'm not wearing my glasses anymore is because when I went for not my last doctor's appointment, my most recent doctor's appointment, I'm filming this on Friday and my most recent doctor's appointment was Tuesday, but the one before that, which was 2 weeks ago, my doctor said that my glasses wouldn't be suitable for me anymore because I have oil in my eye, and when you have oil in your eye it bends the light a different way, so I would need a stronger magnification of glasses. So he said to me the next time I come I would have to get a new prescription. And I got all excited Monday night because I put my glasses on, just why not, just to give it a try. And it's really hard to describe to you guys what I can see and what I can't see, because I feel that when I describe to people what I can see, they think I can see more than I actually can. Because when I say to people I can see colour, I can't see colours like, if you were to put a set of colours down in front of me, I wouldn't be able to say that's blue, that's green, that's red. I can make out colours that grey. I can see when something is light, I can see when something is dark, and I can see when something is kind of mid-toned. And even then I get things confused. Like I was shopping today and I seen a jumper and I thought it was baby pink and it was red. So even then I'm not great, but I can see lights, and I can see light and I can see dark, and I can kind of see shapes, but everything's very mushed up looking. But on Monday night when I put these glasses on, my old glasses, the colours were more defined and they had more of edges, so they weren't all mushed up together. I could see them clearer. So again, if you were wearing a top that was white, grey and black, I couldn't say to you, you're wearing a top that's white, grey and black, but I'd be able to tell you that there was more than one colour in it, whereas just now, if you were wearing it, I wouldn't be able to tell you there was more than one colour in it, because all the colours kind of mush together. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, Monday night I got really excited because all the colours were more separated and defined, and I thought, oh my gosh, I think this is it. I think all I need is a new prescription and I'll have my old sight back. And I kept trying to tell myself, don't get excited because this might not be the case and then you'll feel really poo. And unfortunately that was the case, because when I went to get my eyes tested I couldn't see anything. The guy basically gave me a similar prescription to the glasses I already have, except a bit stronger, and again the only difference it made was the colours were a bit, shapes were a bit sharper and colours were a bit sharper, but I still can't read and my eyesight is nowhere near as good as it used to be. So unfortunately there has been absolutely no improvement with my eyesight. It's 4 weeks today since I had my surgery. In terms of my eye health in general, my eyes are looking, as far as the doctors are concerned, my eyes are looking great. My retina is successfully attached, my blood vessels are looking a lot less angry. So that poses a question that nobody can answer, which is, okay, well if everything's looking fab, why can't I see? And they don't know the answer to that, and I don't know the answer to that, and it's really frustrating because I just want my eyesight back. You know, that's been 4 weeks since my surgery. 4 weeks I went without journaling. And I know for some people that's not a big deal, but I love journaling, and to not be journaling for 4 weeks, that destroys my soul. And I don't know when I'll ever be able to journal again. And I don't want to say this because I don't want to make it a really negative video, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to journal again. And I really don't want to say that out loud and admit that, because I'm just not ready for that. I'm just not. Like, I've bought so many nice new stickers, and the idea of never being able to see stickers or use them, it's not worth thinking about. I don't want this video to be dead depressing, but I'm not gonna lie, there's some things on my channel that I'm just not ready to talk about. I'm not even ready to talk about them to other people, let alone like YouTube. Like, just trying to say it but not say it right now. I'm getting a bit stuttery. I don't want to sound like the typical YouTuber that has problems. I really don't. I don't want to be that person. But unfortunately, as you can expect, with all of these problems I've been having for the past 4 months, it's not been a walk in the park mentally. I don't really want to talk about it anymore because, like I said, I'm not ready to discuss these kinds of things. And I don't want my channel to be that kind of place. Maybe sometime in the future when I'm in a better place, I might open up about said problems, but until then I just think it's best to not talk about them. But in terms of life update as well, I have decided, it's another kind of sad but good decision. I had a meeting yesterday with the doctor, and I have decided I will not be attending Project Search. So if you watch one of my other life updates, I spoke about that I had been accepted into Project Search. If you want to know what that is, go and watch that life update. But since I was supposed to start Project Search on the 28th of August and it never happened, and the doctor put the decision on me. He said to me, in your heart, do you want to do it? And I do want to do it. I really do. I do want to work. I really badly want to work. But unfortunately, I don't know what I can do. I can't read. I can't see to do anything. I can't use my laptop. Like, I've had software put in my laptop called NVDA, but I just can't get myself to use it because I can't push through the barrier of being able to say, right, Rachel, you need to use this because if you don't, you're never going to use your laptop again. I can't get through the mental barrier of being able to use it, and no matter how much I push myself, there's nothing I can do. And I don't want to be stuck in an office where the people in the office will be like, okay, Rachel, what can you see and what can you do? Because it will get me upset, it will get me frustrated, it will get me stressed, and it will get the people in the office frustrated and upset and stressed because they'll want to give me work and they'll want to see me progress, but I won't be able to. So I just don't want to make other people frustrated and stressed, and I don't want to make myself any more frustrated and stressed. So in my heart I just thought, no, because I'll just be a burden. I don't know what I could do. I mean, people have said to me, you can do audio typing. I could do audio typing, but I would need somebody to set up the Word document for me. I would need somebody to save it and somebody to message it off. Somebody would need to be sitting with me 24/7. Like, I could listen and type the document itself, but everything surrounding it I wouldn't be able to do, so what's the point? So this year I have decided to focus on me as a person. I'm taking a time out to just kind of get my life together and get my head together. So right now I can't do anything. I can't leave the house without my mum. Sometimes I really struggle to eat my dinner because I can't see it. There'll be times where I don't even want to eat because eating is more effort than it should be. And you shouldn't feel like that. I mean, food's great and you shouldn't feel like I can't be bothered eating because it's too much effort. And sometimes that's the way I feel. So this year is about discovering me. So there's so many things been thrown at me. Every time I go for meetings with people, they keep saying, do you know you can do this and you can do that and you can do this? And it's like, stop. I need to focus on one thing at a time. I'm so overwhelmed. So what I'm concentrating on just now is getting mobility training, because I can't leave the house without my mum. Like, I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified. Before I lost my sight, I was so happy with myself. I was getting so much better. I was able to get the train to Glasgow myself and meet people in Central Station. And I even latterly was able to see what platforms the trains were on. So I thought, oh, next time when I get the train, I'll get it myself and I'll get the right platform. I was so happy with myself. I was doing so well. And then all of this happened. And now I won't even go on a train myself. Like, it doesn't matter if somebody gets me on the train and somebody gets me off from door to door. I don't even want to be sitting on the train myself. My confidence is completely shattered. So I need to get mobility training. I don't know, nothing's been scheduled yet, but it is in the works, and I'm obviously not just going to leave it because it's something serious. That's my biggest concern right now. The next steps I've done to take with my eyesight is I have switched phones. So I previously had a Samsung Galaxy S6 and now I have an iPhone 7. And the reason I moved to an iPhone is because every single person I've spoke to that has a visual impairment or who works with people with visual impairment say Apple is better for accessibility. So I don't know if you remember me talking about I've got voice assist on my Samsung, and it's great. I love using it. But there's voiceover in Apple as well, but the iPhone as well. But what I like about the iPhone as well is you've got Siri. So one of the big problems I had with my Samsung is I can't set alarms. Like, I like being independent. This is what's so frustrating. I love being independent. I love taking responsibility for things, and since all of this has happened, I can't do anything myself and I hate it. Like, I like setting alarms to get me up in the morning. I like getting myself up in the morning, but I haven't been able to because I can't set alarms on my Samsung. But with an iPhone, with Siri, I can just say to Siri, Siri, set an alarm for 6:30 AM and it'll do it for me, and then that's it. It's voice activated. I don't need to do anything. And another reason why I switched to the iPhone 7 as well is if my sight does come back, because I know a lot of people will be thinking, oh, you paid all that money for an iPhone, what if your sight comes back? Well, I've got a funky phone, but it has GPS on it. So I love Glasgow, but I can't be in Glasgow myself. I don't know my way around Glasgow at all. But there's GPS on an iPhone 7, so it makes me really happy knowing that maybe one day I'll be able to go shopping in Glasgow myself, or just go shopping in Glasgow with my friends, but not having to ask them to meet me in Central Station. Like, I could say to them, let's meet outside of H&M, or let's meet in Zara, and I can literally just say to Siri, Siri, can you give me directions from Glasgow Central Station to Zara? And it does it. And it's brilliant. The guy that came out and put the software on my laptop, I think that's what he was using, because he was visually impaired and he'd never been to my house before, and my mum said when he was coming up the street he was looking at his phone. So I honestly, whether I have the sight I have now or I get my old sight back, I think that will be amazing. There's other pieces of technology I'm looking at, but I haven't decided yet. We're maybe looking at Alexa, which is a kind of a voice activated Google search speaker, and we were also looking at getting a scanner. Basically what a scanner is it reads letters or books. So if you get a hospital letter in and you can't read it, you would just put this letter under the scanner and it would read it out to you. We're looking at pieces of technology like that as well, so that when I do start Project Search next year, because I have been guaranteed a place for next year when I'm better prepared, things like that might come in handy, that I can just put this letter or whatever it is under and it will read it to me. So it's not just for things about the house, it is in future for work. There's a grant called Access to Work. which is something, it pays for technology like that that you need when you're in work. So if you needed a scanner or a Prodigy, which is another piece of technology that I won't go into, but if you needed something that was particularly pricey, because the scanner I was looking at was £1,400, and let's face it, who can afford £1,400? Not me. I don't have a job. So yeah, but because Project Search is part college and part work, Access to Work doesn't fall under that bracket. So it's a bit awkward, but I will get there. So going back, saying that I'm taking this year out for me, so I'm taking this time to learn more about me and build my confidence up. So getting mobility training, learning how to use my phone, just being a little bit more independent, because I'm not ashamed to admit it, but I'm not an independent. I like being independent, but I'm not as independent as most 22-year-olds are. I depend on my family and my friends a lot, and I want to start being more independent. So taking this year out, maybe to learn how to cook more. I mean, I can cook, I just don't do it very often. And I'm emetophobic. I have a severe fear of vomiting. I don't know what it is, I'm terrified of it. And I don't mean, I know everybody is scared of being sick, but I mean I'm scared of it to the point where I have anxiety attacks and I can actually make myself sick because I'm scared that I'm going to be sick, even though I'm not going to be sick, but I get myself into a tiz so much that I make myself sick, if you get what I mean. I'm not as bad with it as I used to be. When I was younger, I would refuse to eat at restaurants that we'd never been to before. So if it's like, oh, let's try this restaurant, we've never been to it before, nope. I refused to eat at restaurants that nobody had ever tried before, or there wasn't like 100% 5-star reviews on it. And when the bird flu first came out, I refused to eat chicken for the longest time. And even now I'm 22, I'm still so paranoid. When I'm baking and I'm cracking eggs into the bowl, I wash my hands like 100 times. I don't let that raw egg mixture touch anything except what it's supposed to. It's the same when I'm working with raw meat. I don't let the raw meat touch anything except what it's supposed to, and I wash my hands like 100 times. I'm so terrified of it. I'm getting better, but I can cook with raw meat, I just choose not to because I'm terrified. Particularly chicken. Chicken just gives me the fear. So I think this year I'll concentrate more on independent living skills, like maybe cooking more. I know there's probably cooking utensils out there that I can use for visually impaired people. The only kind of kitchen utensil I've got is a liquid level indicator, which has been a godsend. It's basically a little device you put on the side of your cup, and when you pour a drink, when it gets to the top it beeps, so it lets you know that that's your cup full, so that you don't pour a drink and you spill it everywhere. Because I couldn't see clear liquids even with the eyesight I had before, so if I was pouring water or lemonade or anything like that, or I was pouring it into one of my Disney tumblers because there's patterns on it, I can't see the liquid, so I needed the indicator. I'm sure there's other kitchen utensils out there, I just haven't discovered them yet. I've yet to find one that tells you when like meat is cooked, particularly like a whole chicken. Like, I'm terrified of a whole chicken. Like, it's like, how do you know when that's cooked if you can't see it's pink? And I know people are going to say there's texture and there's tricks, but like I said, I'm too terrified just to wing it. I just can't. If it's not absolutely perfect, I won't bother. So learning how to cook. I have never washed my own clothes, ever. Because I've been scared, because you know how when you have dark clothes and light clothes and you put them together and then all your clothes end up pink because you have a bright pink top in there. And I never knew how to get around that, especially now since I can't see the colour of my tops. Like, I know I'm wearing a red and black checked shirt because I know it, because I recognise how it feels. So I do, to an extent, if I was doing my own washing, I would know what clothes are what, But sometimes there are tops I pull out my wardrobe and I'm like, what is this? And I have to ask my mum what it is. But somebody did tell me you can get things called colour sheets. So when you do your washing, you can put, you know, dark, light, pink, blue, whatever. You can put any colour of clothes in the washing, and if there's a particularly like bubblegum pink jumper in with like dark jeans, all of the colour from that jumper will bleed onto the sheet so that nothing else will get stained pink. And I thought that was great, so you know, you can't go wrong. So definitely I think looking into starting washing my own clothes. I want to learn how to iron, but again, I'm kind of terrified of it. I have been asking people with visual impairments and people with experience with people who have visual impairments, like, how do you iron without burning yourself? And nobody has really came up with a good answer yet. So I'm kind of like, because even with the eyesight I had before, I was like, I don't really want to iron because just in case, but if you really need me to, I will. And now the eyesight I've got just now, it's like, will you iron? No. So maybe finding out ways to iron. But that is basically me just now, and that's everything I'm doing. It's a lot to take in for me, it's a lot to take in for other people. But yeah, I have to stop looking. I was really upset when I said to myself that I wouldn't be doing Project Search, because last year, you guys may or may not know, last year I spent the whole year looking for a job and I got nowhere. So last year I spent a year doing nothing with my life. Though people have been telling me you didn't do nothing with your life because filling out job applications and going to interviews are valuable skills and that is not a waste of time. But so when I found out I wasn't going to be doing anything this year, I was kind of upset about it. But I'm not, because I'm going to be doing mobility training, learning how to wash my own clothes, iron, and I'm going to take some time out for me to see how I feel about myself and just my surroundings, because right now I don't know whether I'm coming or going. So this year is about finding myself, as cheesy and cliche as that sounds, and I'm just gonna enjoy it. You know what, I might take jewellery making classes, I might get a tattoo, I might, you know, hey ho, I can do whatever I want, because this year is about finding myself. And then next year I'll do Project Search and I'll be in a much better place mentally, physically, socially. I'll just be much happier. And that's the way you have to look at it. If you're in a similar situation to me, you aren't allowed to do a college course or work because life is throwing you lemons, then make lemonade. You know? As the doctor said to me on Thursday, he would have killed to have had a year or two out from his life, because life is such fast pace. You go to nursery, then you go to primary school, then you go to high school, then you go to college or university, and then you're straight into a job, and then that's it for the rest of your life. And society is that way, and I hate it, because you scroll down Facebook and everybody's off to uni or working, and it makes you feel as if you're the weird one, you're the lazy one, like, oh, everyone's at uni or at college or working, why shouldn't I be? There's nothing wrong with taking time out to find yourself. So don't beat yourself up about that. Don't compare yourself to other people, because as I say to myself, yeah, that person's going to university, but that person hasn't lost their sight. You know, that person hasn't been through hell and back in the past 4 months. So, yeah, I'm thinking positively today. Yesterday I wasn't in a good place, but today, thinking positively. It might be because I went out shopping, it might be because I have a pumpkin spice latte in my belly, who knows, but I'm happy, and you should be happy. And I just hope anyone watching this, if you're going through a similar problem to me, or you just feel like poo, just always try and think on the upside. There's always an upside. If there's a negative side to life, there's a positive side. You know, life's not just one shade. You can't have the light without the dark. And before I fling any more cheesy sayings out there, I'm going to end this video. So I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will talk to you in another video. Bye guys. And I didn't put my head down. Down. What is my window?